You're walking along the street somewhere in Britain and a police officer says he wants to search you, citing Section 44 of the Terrorism Act 2000. If you live almost anywhere in Britain, the chances of this happening are very slim, except in London, where in the past 18 months the Met Police have carried out stop and search 154,293 times. Following weeks of criticism about heavy-handed, brutal and plain stupid policing in the wake of the G20 summit, the blanket use of stop and search to detect and deter terrorists is about to end. Here's Richard Watson.
And you don't know where you live?
Stop and search powers have been a key component of London's counter-terrorism strategy since the Terrorism Act was introduced in 2001. The London bombings of 2005 reinforced the argument for such powers, and after the failed attack on a London nightclub in 2007, there was another surge in their use. In a democracy, there's always a balance to be struck between protecting the public from terrorists and protecting civil liberties. Today, the police have acknowledged that balance has shifted too far towards stop and search. Perhaps these powers have been used too frequently. And that, rather than helping counter-terrorism, could have completely the opposite effect. Combating terrorism means winning hearts and minds in the community, getting people to volunteer intelligence. But for years, stop and search, a policy not limited to fighting terrorism, has been equated by young men like these from South London with police abuse of power. What do you think about the stop and search procedures? Are the police using it too much?
I think they're overdoing it. Plus, put it this way, where I see life here, we live in a multicultural society, but anytime the police stop us, it's not seen. You don't feel like in a multicultural society. You feel like you're under some kind of rule.
Oh, it's ridiculous. They're jumping out their cars as soon as they see us and that and running us down for no reasons. Like, well, I can't even explain this. It's terrible, man. It's bringing the pain to my heart and them thing there.
Nearly all of these young men said they've been stopped more than 100 times.
If we was to walk like how we walk now, down the road, I guarantee you'll get a bully van stopping us. Yeah. Full offence. They're targeting just us black people.
It angers me, as well as the rest of the people that you just talked to now, that they can legitimately bully you.
The police can stop and search people under many different laws. Section 60 of the Criminal Justice and Public Order Act, Section 1 of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act, and the Misuse of Drugs Act. The Met Police made 393,000 stops under these powers in 2007 to 2008. But it's the massive growth in stops under the Terrorism Act 2000, where no reasonable suspicion of wrongdoing is required, which has caused alarm. The Metropolitan Police made 154,293 stops last year. Compare this to street stops in West Yorkshire, just 16, Greater Manchester, 181, West Midlands, 332. In London, black and Asian people were disproportionately targeted, 34% of the total.
They are staggering figures, but it's unsurprising. What seems to have happened is that the Parliament has given the police potentially massive powers. The police have used those powers to the full, and no one, not even the House of Lords, is willing to hold the police to account. So I'm not surprised, though it's clearly wrong.
Today, senior officers from the Met were at a meeting at the Police Authority, their regulatory body, to deliver a report which signals the end of this blanket approach to stop and search. They said stops rose markedly after the failed Haymarket car bomb of June 2007 and the continued severe terror threat in the capital. But they accepted this has the potential to have a negative impact, particularly on minority communities. Stop and search for terrorism will now be limited to iconic buildings or those of strategic importance. 1981, riots on the streets of Brixton, partly in protest against the sus laws, which gave police officers the right to search on suspicion. Once again, young black men like Suleiman Matthews felt unfairly targeted.
Stop and search was an integral part of what was happening at that time. We seemed to be stigmatised. We felt, that the police were not really treating us with the respect that we felt we deserved at the time. So I remember there was a lot of animosity, a lot of hostility.
30 years on, he works with the young men we filmed with in London. He was shocked at the figure of 154,000 stops under the Terrorism Act.
That figure, in a way, is disproportionate and it doesn't surprise me, because once again it's a knee-jerk reaction to a situation and not well thought out, and not bringing the community on board who already feel marginalised and stigmatised anyway.
It has actually alienated the very people, the very community which we should be inoculating from extremists by making sure they keep on being stopped and searched and reducing the level of confidence that they have in policing. So it's been a lose-lose-lose all the way.
Stop and search has been championed as part of counter-terrorism strategy for the past 4 years. It's clear, though, that the police have recognised just how sensitive territory this is, in a shift which appears to mark a softening of policy.
Coming up on the programme. 79 or 89, what's been the most important year for our lives now? Simon Sharma, Francis Fukuyama, Lord Lawson and Polly Toynbee discuss two periods of extraordinary transformation. First, a roundup of today's news. Our main story tonight on this programme, Harriet Harman, the Deputy Leader of the Labour Party, defended members of the Cabinet against new revelations about MPs' expenses. They include allegations that Gordon Brown paid his brother more than £6,000, although Downing Street says he was reimbursing him for the